Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Are you so good to connect with you?
Want to begin right away, or do you want to know something first about the interview or about me? You can always ask that as well.
Um, I'm open. Is there anything you want to discuss? I'm pretty open. I've seen some of your content. You have great questions. It was a really nice interview. So I'm down for whatever.
Can I ask which one you have seen?
I kind of just glanced through. I saw it like little bits um from the top of my head. I can't remember what names, but some like lady and guy actors that you interviewed. So I just thought, yeah, you're on the pulse.
You thought I'm gonna reach out to her.
Sorry, the
You thought I'm gonna reach out to her.
yeah, I like I like what I saw. I think, I saw that you were, engaging and just working with all the people that are, working in the industry and you feel passionate about it. And I really like that. I saw your consistency. You're pushing out a lot of content and it just seems like you're heavily involved and bringing the movement together. Are you How long have you been interviewing now?
First, thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me.
Oh, of
Um,
course.
I have been interviewing for I think since March.
Wow, not that long.
No,
It seems like you've been going a lot longer. From You've been pumping out lots of content, so
I have done a lot in a short period of time.
wow. Yeah, so I mean, it's really nice to see. So yeah, it's an honor to be on here and to continue to help it grow, help your content grow as well and get the voice out there. And you've already done so much in such a short amount of time. I can just imagine where you're going to be like a year from now, 6 months from now.
My account exists since February,
You started in February
yeah,
and you started doing the interviews.
in
Wow.
March.
Wow. Oh, that's pretty phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, your page is just full. So I mean that's pretty phenomenal. Good for you.
Um, do you want to begin or?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Because I think my goal with this one, I think a lot of my followers don't know who you are, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to bring you on my page.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that,
happy to be here.
also is the beginning of the first question. Can you give a little introduction of yourself?
My name is Stephen Morana, and I'm originally Canadian, moved to Los Angeles about 7 years ago, and I'm an actor producer. I've done a lot of stuff in Canada and the US in the horizontal world as well. Some stuff you could check out, Beast Within on Amazon Prime. I've also been on Days of Our Lives. Um, and I was on the Hulu series History's Greatest Heists with
Oh,
Pierce Brosnan. And in the vertical world, you can catch me in Mafia Temptation on it's Candy Jar TV now, formerly Galatea TV. And then one that I'm really excited about recently is Red Talons on Salty TV. That's been getting a lot of great feedback. People have been loving that one. It's pretty epic. So yeah, that's currently where I'm at. I also have a film, a horror comedy coming out with Chevy Chase and Bruce Stern called Catnip that'll be releasing later at the end of this year. So yeah, that's some of the latest for me. But let me know what would you like to ask?
Um, where is that comedy one coming out on? Do you know that?
They haven't announced it yet. We shot it a few months ago, so they're just putting the final touches on it. But I'll definitely, we're gonna keep each other in the loop now. Now that we're acquainted,
Yeah,
I'll keep you posted on all my latest updates for sure.
please do that. I also really love comedy personally, so yeah, that's why I ask.
I'm happy to share. Yeah, and this is like a certain brand of comedy because it's horror comedy. So you got like
Ooh, even
a
greater.
scary part. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. I love horror. I've been in a bunch of horror. I mean, obviously with my background, but yeah, I love when you kind of do that genre bending stuff and make a hybrid like that.
Oh, I love horror as well.
Great.
If,
We're gonna get along just fine.
if you wonder why I'm looking down, I have my questions here.
Oh, fire away. You came prepared today.
Yeah, I love being prepared and not that there are awkward silences in a conversation.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The second was if you can share a little fun fact about yourself.
A little.
Fun
Sorry,
fact.
sorry, I didn't hear. Sorry.
Fun fact.
Oh, fun fact. Let's see. Well, you'll see in Mafia Temptation, my character Luca Marcello plays the piano, and actually, that's me fully playing the whole time. I grew up playing. I took piano lessons growing up, and I composed all the songs and all the scenes that I was acting in where I was playing piano. So that's something not everybody knows. And another thing, I'm a really good salsa dancer. I took salsa dancing classes for years, and I don't get to go out as much as I used to, just busy schedule. But when I do have some fun time to go out, I like to go salsa dancing.
Ooh. The piano is something we also have in common.
Really?
Yeah,
You play?
I'm.
Very cool.
I had also since I was really little piano lessons.
Yeah. Do you still play?
Yeah, I have my own piano in my house right here.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. What do you like to play?
Mm, yeah, just a little bit of everything, I think.
Best way to do it. Keep a variety, right?
Yeah. Do. Did you always wanted to do like acting? That's the next question.
Yes. Actually, I'm one of the few. I mean, no, I mean, I know people from both sides, but I guess, a person, one of the few as far as knowing what I always wanted to do since I was a kid. Since I was 7, I always wanted to be an actor. I started in school plays and then was in an arts program in high school, and then, took studied it on the side in college and just never stopped. So yeah, I always knew. I always knew I wanted to, and it just always felt like my calling.
Little bit mean for me, but producing or acting,
Yeah.
if you have to choose between producing or acting, what would you choose?
Well, the short answer is my heart, my creative spirit is in acting. That's what I wanted to do since I was 7. That's what I've always done. So I feel that if I had to choose, which I would hate to choose, I like the variety in life, like playing music, right? Like no,
Yeah,
having different types for different moods and different opportunities. But if I had to choose, yeah, acting is that's my that's my spirit, that's my heart. But um producing and acting can be very related because of the storytelling aspect, and actually one helps the other.
yeah.
Very good matchups. So, as a producer, I can find scripts and things that I like to act in, and I will do both sometimes. And then other times, I just want to feel passionate about a story that I might not be able to be the right fit in, but I want to tell that story and have others that I think would be best suited for the role. And I still get to be a part of the storytelling process. Because again, at the end of the day, we're just, artists are just storytellers, and they just choose a medium that they want to share that through. Um, Another aspect that's more on the newer side, but I'm starting to write. Um, and I feel a lot of actors do find themselves, if they're not technical writers, they find that there's a lot of subtext writing and dialogue that they're going through, even with the script as it is, that you might make adjustments, or just the internal dialogue that you have to deal with all the time to bring out the emotion through the performance. So it seemed like a an easy jump for me, but I'm starting to write verticals right now, and should have some of them shot this year, of ones that I've written.
Mhm.
So one can help the other, right? My producing experience helps opportunities to find scripts to get written, and then those can then translate into acting opportunities, and vice versa. One They all help each other, and you've seen this in the field, right? That there can be, in Hollywood and in the vertical world, there's people that are multi hyphenates: actors, writers, directors, producers, all of the above. So for now, I'm sticking to those three: actor, producer, writer, and we'll see where that takes me.
I have a question about writing later, but the next one is about what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, my number one hobby is martial arts. Um, I train in Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, and Krav Maga. And if I had more time, I'd like to study more. So I'm just a big martial art nerd, and love to train, and I love to stay active, and use that as my main mode of fitness. And then it's also just mentally very therapeutic for me. Um, and actually, it really helps with my roles because I try and always do my own stunts, especially the action scenes. I've almost always, like, I can't think of a time when I haven't done my own stunts, whether it's Hollywood productions or in the vertical space. So, especially in the vertical space these days, where, I mean, if you've seen any action from Mafia Temptation or Red Talons, where, I mean, we had a whole stunt team, and there was very extensive fight scenes in Red Talons. So that definitely, I feel like my martial art background is really helping me in my career, as well as it's just my favorite hobby. So that would be, yeah, at the top of my list. And then I love nature. I took up surfing since I moved to LA, and hiking. It's a big thing here with all the beautiful landscapes. And then, of course, watching movies and TV series. I always like to be inspired by what's out there, and just am a fan of the entertainment industry. So definitely get my fix that way, watching a lot of stuff.
Is for short, little basic questions, just really,
Yeah.
really basic. And I'm gonna ask that really shortly after each other. The first is, what is your favorite food?
Mm. Well, like we talked about, I like variety, but at the top of my head, I'm gonna say uh I'm gonna say Korean barbecue.
Mm.
Korean barbecue and Indian food. Those are like my top. Hmm.
Do you have a favorite Indian food or just everything?
You know, one of the simplest dishes in Indian cuisine that I love is uh the the sautéed cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, as simple as that. Freaking love that. I make it myself. I know I have a recipe. I make it myself. Um, it's all about the spices. Indian spices are so flavorful, so tasty. And I also really like spicy foods. So Indian food
Yeah.
makes me happy that way. You can make it really spicy. So yeah, no, and Korean food too. Korean barbecue definitely. You can have it marinated. So yeah, I'm attracted to the spicy dishes and all cuisines really. Um, do you like Indian food as well?
Yeah, but it's
What's
not,
yours?
my absolute favorite is not Indian food.
Oh, what is it?
My absolute favorite is like pizza, pasta, and sushi.
Oh, well, again, great choices as well. I love sushi, and I grew up, well, I'm half Italian, so my nonna, my grandma, used to make the best Italian food. God bless her. Um, so no, I love that too. But there's just too many choices, you know. Like I said, you like the variety.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely like things that I can't get normally, and I like to go support like family-owned, smaller restaurants that are they're not a big chain. Not only I think feel it's like the best quality, but you're supporting a small business, but it's just something you can't get anywhere else. There's the novelty, and also in my travels, especially with all the shoots I've done for verticals, I've been traveling a lot, and I love trying the food in that region. So we shot in Mexico. We shot Mafia Temptation, and I went to like little spots that the locals recommended me to go to try what was really popular there. And I did the same thing in Turkey when I had a shootout there. Um, I did that in Saudi Arabia when I was there. I've done this all this year. I've been very lucky. I've traveled quite a bit for shoots, so I love doing that. I like being a food tourist for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Local spots are mostly better.
Hmm. For sure.
If you want to know something about me through the whole conversation, you can ask, but you already did that, so yeah.
I will continue to. I like the exchange.
Yeah,
This is fun.
I like it too when it's more like a conversation instead of me just
Yeah.
talking the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
The next basic one was, what's your favorite drink?
My favorite drink. Um, I like my espresso. I'm drinking it right now, or Turkish coffee. Um, and I drink plenty of mountain water. I have. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I really like liquid death or something like that, like out of the can water, mountain water. Because I just like the natural minerals that you get out of it. Coconut water, love that. And I also really like sparkling drinks. Spindrift's a really popular one here. I don't know if they get them. It's out in Netherlands, but I'm sure you have your own brands. But just brands that have like that's a sparkling water. I like plain sparkling water or sparkling water that has a flavor to it.
Yeah,
And I like it when it's like a natural juice, like they just squeeze a little bit of natural juice rather than like the synthetic stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, all that I really like.
Mm, the next is, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Sorry,
If I had to choose one, if I had to choose one, I'd say red.
sorry, that's
But
funny. Do you?
yeah.
I'm already made a thumbnail what I'm gonna put with this video,
Mm-hmm.
and I was creating for our talk one, and I thought, which color should I use, and it was red.
Really? Wow. See, you had that intuition. You just knew.
Sorry, that's funny.
That's great. That's great. I well, I noticed you got a is that a red sofa
Yeah,
or yeah. So you like red too, it looks like.
yeah, but it's not my favorite color.
No, what's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Hmm. Strong choice. It's another very bold color.
Yeah.
Hmm. I like that. I like yeah, I like the bright colors, like be bold, be out there.
Yes.
Why not?
The last basic one, and then I have a few other questions. Is, what is your favorite animal?
Mm, My my dog, my dog Rocky. I have a German Shepherd, um, a family dog.
Mm,
He lives back home in Toronto with my family, but I help raise him, and he's older now. He's a senior, but I love him, and well, I'm just a big dog lover in general. So I'll go with dogs as I don't know if you want to know about like other types of animals, but definitely dogs are my favorite. Like if there was no categories, just yeah,
there's no category. Whatever you wanna answer.
whatever I want. I guess it makes sense that I like a German Shepherd. They have a lot of qualities of a werewolf, and I did play a werewolf recently, so makes sense.
That's
It's
also true.
my spirit animal.
Yeah. Have to recommend a vertical for somebody who just wanna watch verticals. Which one would you recommend? One with you, one without you.
Hmm. Well, one with me, definitely everyone should check out Red Talons. Everybody's been talking a lot about it. It's got a lot of hype. It's very epic. It's shot beautifully, and I just was really happy with the production from all sides, from all the cast to the writing, to the directing that was done, to the action, to the passion, everything that you could think of that makes just good storytelling, let alone a vertical, is in this, and I feel I'm really proud of it. So I highly recommend Red Talons. Uh, for something that I'm not in, I really love the work of Ashley Ballot. Do you know her?
Yeah,
Have you
for
interviewed her?
sure.
Hmm. We're good friends, and we want to work together too. So we've been looking to see what projects we could do together. And yeah, everything she does, she just like wears her heart on her sleeve and commits 100%. So she got so many things out. I think she just had, what was it, Arrangement 3 that came out that she's
Yeah.
in? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll recommend that to start. And hey, I've worked with that company too. That's from Candy Jar TV, right? So they're part of the family. Like, so go see that, and then go see Mafia Temptation on the same app right after. Another one that I really love. So there you go.
Maybe you have seen my interview with Ashley then, since you are friends with
Yes.
Ashley.
Now that I think of it, yes, that's one that I did see. Hmm. See, it's hard to remember it all, but yeah, no, I know I saw some, definitely her. She's, again, I'm a huge fan.
Me too.
She's amazing.
Ashley is amazing. Where? Yeah. Do you listen to any music? And if you do, do you have a favorite song or artist?
My music, again, is a big variety. Um, let's see. For in like R&B, I love The Weekend. Um, in rock, I really like bands like Metallica, Korn, Deftones. I like. I actually love going in mosh pits. I find it a lot of fun. See, it's a big variety, and then I really like salsa music. Mark Anthony is my favorite salsa singer. So yeah, I have quite a range from going to a mosh pit, salsa dancing, listening to The Weekend, where I'm just chilling and driving late at night. So yeah, that just goes to show where my mind can go.
Is there any country you love to visit that you haven't been to?
Well, I would love to go film in China because a lot of verticals are shooting out there,
Hmm.
and I've been in talks. There's been some discussions, so I've always wanted to go to China anyways, and it would be really cool. I mean, it's a massive country. There's so many cool cities to visit, but once I'm in that region, I would probably tour a few. But yeah, China would be at the top of my list for sure.
Yeah, I get that. Mm. Did you relate to any of your vertical characters?
Of course, definitely. I think just my acting process, you find things that are relatable within yourself. I feel for me, it's impossible for me to not separate some part of me to my characters. Um, I'm always trying to find the humanity, the vulnerability, the empathy within them. Um, Even if they're doing bad things or things that I would never do, I'm trying to put my perspective in their shoes and see why they would do that, or why did they choose something, you know, bad, as opposed to following the path of something more righteous. So, as an actor, I feel, that's the craft of finding finding that place where you can be, you're being objective about the character, and you're trying to really see it from their viewpoint, so that when you're in it, it's authentic to that storyline, and it can tell the story that needs to be told. So definitely, I think that's what is a strong connection, is finding that commonality between me personally and where the character lies, for sure.
What do you hope to see more in verticals?
Well, we were talking about horror,
Yeah.
and they are starting to make horror verticals. I don't know if you've noticed. And I'd like to be part of some horror verticals because I've done it in the horizontal world. I'd like to do it in the vertical world. So that's a start. And actually, I'm thinking now because I'm starting to write them. We have one that's like I've written one that's like a vampire story that is more thriller drama than horror, but I want to do like a straight horror. Like we'll do something that's makes you jump, makes you brings that thrill. So I think that would be a cool place to start. Actually,
Mm, yeah. I would
yeah,
love, 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 love it.
I'm glad to hear the feedback. We got to get the word out. We got to start sending that out there. Because yeah, it's an evolving medium where you're starting to see action as well, like straight action verticals, and the start of horror. I'm like, okay, I'd love to do both. Actually, I mean, I love my action scenes, of course, right? Uh, but yeah, horror is definitely at the top of my list. I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Did you just say something about vampires?
Yeah, I'm writing a vampire vertical.
Ooh, I also
Mhm.
really love vampires, so
I'll keep you posted.
but I am critical about them. So
I appreciate the feedback. Be honest always. That's the only way we get better.
yeah,
But I have a yeah, but I have a good feeling that this one is gonna be is gonna make some impact.
because I really love my favorite show in general is The Vampire Diaries.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's a classic, right?
and the originals, the sequel, The Vampire Diaries.
We followed it all the way through.
Yeah, all the seasons.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so you're a hardcore fan. We gotta. If I need any consultation, I know who to go to.
Or just when you want that honest opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is a unique story. I can't say too much just
No,
yet because
no.
we're keep. But the second we can announce some of the details, even like pre-production when we're behind the scenes, I definitely would love to loop you in. Specifically now that I know you like the vampire world.
More,
And then, hey, by all means, if you got your notes, happy to take them.
more.
Happy to take them.
I love vampires also more than werewolves.
That's fair. I know people have a debate about this. Like,
Yeah,
what do you choose, werewolves or vampires? I don't know if you saw. I posted something about. I did it with Vertical
mafia.
Drama Love, the werewolves versus the mafia. So that should be another poll: werewolves versus vampires. Who would win?
Yeah,
That's a new question. Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one because they both got superpowers.
maybe you
Interesting.
should record another video.
Yeah. Yeah. I had fun with that one.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I got a little carried away, but why not? Gotta go deep. Gotta lean into it.
No, that's great. Yeah, the next is about writing, but you already kind of answered this that you would love to create more horror and vampire.
Well, the latest one that I'm working on right now is a vampire story. Yes. Um, and yes, I would love to, like you said. I mean, we're developing other ideas too. I'm developing a mafia story, like a superhero story. Um, but as we were talking, another genre that I love to do specifically in the vertical space would be a horror.
With
Definitely.
superheroes, you mean really superheroes? Or
Like a superhero vertical. Yeah, like there's they're fighting crime and they got superpowers. But then there's a love story and so on. So it's fun. It's fun with these. They keep on evolving.
no, I love that as well. Um, the next is about what is the best career advice you ever got?
Hmm, that's a great question. Um, okay, I would say to focus on the process, to focus on what you can control, not what you can't control, not the result of whoever's going to pick you or how it's going to be received, because that stuff's out of your control. All you can do is focus on the process. All you can do is do your best, put out the work, and then you got to step back and let it be. So the process over the result.
And is that something you would advise a new actor to, or do you have an other advice for somebody who just wants to be an actor?
Yeah, I think that point that I was making is that's actually really applies to actors and artists in general, where from an actor's point of view, you're auditioning, you're submitting all the time, and so that process, you're doing hundreds, thousands of auditions, and there's such a low percentage that you actually book, that you actually get. So you have to get so used to rejection, so used to the no for the one yes, and it'll make you go out of your mind if you dwell and focus on thinking that you can control that, or thinking that there's something that you can change or fix. The only thing that you can focus on is your performance, your approach to the characters, and just doing your best work you can, and that can continue to evolve and develop. But once you do the best job you can do with that submission, you can't think about it anymore and just let it be. And if they call you, they call you. If they want to choose you, they choose you. But that's not your job. And then when you get on set and you do the character, you do the role, still the next process is how it's going to be received, how it's going to be edited, how it's going to be released to the world. Is it going to be a success? Is it going to be reviewed well? Is it not going to be? And that's a whole other process that actors go through and filmmakers go through, where they're so worried about how what the reception is going to be.
Mhm.
And again, I have to say that's out of your control. You can't be concerned with that. You have to make the best art possible to your ability, to your understanding at that time and place. And then I'm not trying to say that if there's certain feedback or certain things you want to review for the next time that you do something great. You learn from every experience, but you can't dwell or focus on what if, or why didn't they like this or why didn't they like that. Like, if you were comfortable with it, if you believe in what you did, that's all that counts. That'll matter. And then the circle of people that love and care about you are going to support that, and you're going to continue to move forward.
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah. My favorite question.
Oh,
And that is, if you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
ooh, some inner child work.
Yeah.
This is good. This is like this sounds like my one of my journal entries right now. It's important work. I would say uh, I would give him a hug and say it's going to be okay. You're strong. You're you got your whole life ahead of you. Um, stick stick to your morals. Stick to your values, and surround yourself with people that are going to support you and that will reciprocate um, love and support. And I would encourage that my younger self would do the same. That you only want to give out those good vibes to certain people that you can trust and that will do the same and reciprocate for you, and that you can be a good community supporting one another. So, sense of community and just to stand by what you are passionate about. And I guess in some ways, going back to our conversation when I was 7, there's a lot of things I've learned since then, but one thing I never let go of was my passion. I'm very lucky that way because a lot of people do give up on their dream or give up on what they're really passionate about, right?
Yeah.
I was lucky enough that that little 7-year-old never gave up on his dream and has found a way, even up to this point, to continue to pursue what he's passionate in. So I feel really blessed that way that I can get up every day and say I'm doing what I really believe in, what makes me happy, and I want to share that with everyone. I hope that everyone can find that for themselves, and it's never too late. No matter if you feel like I missed that boat. If I was 7 again, fine, but not now. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. Whatever the excuse is, I don't think it's ever too late. I really do. And whenever your time is your time. That's your own script that you're writing of your life.
So,
Yeah.
I love your answer.
I love your question. Thank you for asking it. We went deep there.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
that's why it's also my favorite question.
I understand why now. I love it.
And also because I want to give my followers something, because I know people struggle. I struggle too.
Yeah, I I I love that. I love that we can use our platforms to share, to support people going through whatever it is, right? Whatever struggle. I hope, yeah, it brings some inspiration, some value to people, um, on both ends, right? Like to lift up their spirits, and also, you know, just to entertain and
Yeah.
be fun too. Like both can exist. Both. It's nice to share both, and I love that you. Again, we talk about the variety. This has gone in all these different places. We talked about funny stuff, silly stuff, and then really deep stuff to go to the heart of the struggles and to come out on the other side and find the positive and be inspired to find your own way.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Cute. Then, do you want to know something about me before we go to the next?
Yeah. Well, um, I want to ask maybe what how the future looks. You said you've started this page not too long ago in March, right? And
February.
or February, sorry. Still fairly new, right?
Yeah,
It's not even what? Is that what?
six
It's like
months.
6 months?
6 months, yeah, almost.
That's phenomenal. So in a matter of 6 months, the following you've created the great stars. I mean, if you're interviewing Ashley, she's like top tier. She's the she's right up there. She's A list. So you're talking to some of the best stars in the business. You're asking some really thought provoking questions, really getting to the heart of matters, bringing great value to your audience, um, and doing it with all the time zone difference. Like I'm in that Los Angeles right now, and you're in Netherlands. I don't even know what the. I think we figured it out over text. We were saying how we figured out the. I guess it's late at night right now for you, right?
10 p.m. almost.
Oh wow, yeah. So with all the time zone differences, you're creating this all this great content and still have the energy to do these great interviews. So I guess I'm curious to know what does the future lie for you? Where would you like to take your account and your social media following? And maybe what other things would you like to add that you're not already doing?
Mm, I think I want to keep like bringing attention to new people because I
Amazing.
also brought a really new actress on my page a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Her name is Luna. I don't know if you know her, but probably not, I think.
No, I don't think so. But I'll check on your posts. When did you post it?
I can send it to you if you want.
Sure. Love to see it.
But also keeping my yeah, I think like positive energy on my page and just grow my account, talk to more people I haven't spoke with.
I love it.
And I also want to do like more live streams, I think.
That would be fun.
And
Yeah,
also more reviews. I've done a few, but not. I want to do more.
very cool. Yeah, because yeah, you've done a lot, mostly interviews up to this point, correct?
Yeah, I done a lot of reviews in the early stages of my
Hmm.
pages page, but I shoved that a little to the side when I started talking to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot to juggle, right?
Yeah, and the
Um,
interviews take a lot of time.
yeah, and when I saw your list of questions, and then you got to edit and get the bits that you want. I hear you. It's a big undertaking, but no, I'm really excited for you. I really hope that you continue to grow, and this blows up. I mean, it's good for the community. It's good for all of us. Your success is our success. It puts the word out there, gets more attention into this world that's still growing, right? The verticals haven't been around that long, and I think we're like finished one wave. The next wave is going to be the wave of media, of reviewers, of bloggers, of creators, influencers in the space, sending the word out there and getting it more understood and known, and being critical of it too so that it can become better.
Yeah,
And that's like you saying, listen, I know vampires. If we're gonna do vampires, we got to do it right. And I noticed, others in the space have the same passion, and I love that. I first of all, being a filmmaker, writer, producer, I'm taking that feedback and it's influencing how I'm going to write my stories as well, because I'm taking what I like and what I've seen and what works and what doesn't work and what the community's talking about. I'm like, no, we can take it to this place. And so you're having a really great impact, influence on the future. And it's really cool to see where it's going to take us. So this is just the beginning. I mean, you're only 6 months in, and I can't wait where it's going to be in another 6 months. Hopefully, we talk in 6 months, if not sooner, and I'm sure we're going to have lots of things to share, and it's going to look a lot differently.
I have two more advices for you if you want to know them.
Please, please share. I love this. I'm all ears.
If you want to create a show, I mean, I think you have heard this one before, especially from females. Maybe you already know what I'm gonna say. Less female abuse.
Hmm.
And also, there are few out there about plus size.
Yeah,
There's something I don't watch. That's something I don't watch.
yeah, yeah. I completely agree. Uh, I feel, you know, the stories that I want to be a part of moving forward, and I want to tell, and I've heard similar feedback from other influencers in the community. Um, yeah, I feel we can tell really exciting, great, dramatic stories without being exploitive, without um, making things for the sake of shock value, or to glorify discriminatory behavior. I don't think there's any place for that. So we have to really be responsible with the stories we're telling and what we're putting out there. And I can say from the actor's side, we've definitely, without getting into specifics, definitely had to rewrite scripts, push for more, just for these things you're talking about, where we're not glorifying or exploiting uh, certain subject matters that have no place for the story, that don't really have any point to the story other than shock and for clicks, or for the wrong getting attention for the wrong reasons, basically.
Yeah,
And I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of the movement that you're talking about, where we can stand against it. We can improve the stories. We can improve. We can make it. We can do responsible storytelling, essentially. Um, so no, I can assure you, everything that I'm writing is in that space. Is about making an entertaining story that has lots of drama, a lot of excitement, passion, all of those things, without having to exploit, discriminate anyone along the way. 100%.
great.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and I love this exchange. This is really great. This is so much more than an interview. This is like it's a nice just discussion back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, if you could have any superpowers, what would it be? If we talk about vampires,
Flying. I I would love the idea of just like at any point just being able to get up and go fly somewhere. The feeling of flying is just, I mean, it's cool to transport and just be there instantly, but what's the fun in that, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you need to get somewhere fast, just bolt it over there or whatever. But it'd be nice to just do a nice like chill glide, you know,
Mhm.
around wherever you need to go. Hmm.
The next is also one of my favorite questions, and that is, if you could take three things with you to abandoned islands.
Three things to an abandoned island. Ooh, okay. Uh, well, seeing that I'm on an island, I think it would be great to have a surfboard. Hopefully, there's waves. If not, if there's no waves, then some sort of flotation, like some sort of boat or device that I can chill on under. But let's just say this ocean, this island has some killer waves. Okay,
Yep.
so definitely we'll say surfboard for one. Uh, hmm. I would think I need like trying to say like for survival something like maybe a pot or something for cooking.
I am so happy you say this. The last conversations I did, nobody talked about food, and I think, how do you want to eat?
Yeah, so definitely I need one cooking, like a pot, something like that nature, and I would say a knife. So really, if we're getting to the basics, I got something to do for fun. I got my pot to cook in. Like I mean, it's multi-purpose, right? I could fry, I could boil, do whatever, and then I got a knife, which goes without saying. I mean, whether it's to cut stuff off to eat like vegetables, or if I got to hunt, I don't know. You got to do what you got to do. You got to go hunt for your food, and you're going to need a knife. I mean, the only other thing, actually, the other thing I could use is like a bow and arrow or some sort of. I don't know if I could like what high tech it is. If I could have a rifle to hunt for stuff, but depending on what the rules are for these things. But yeah, I would say because you're gonna run out of bullets or whatever, you would probably want a bow and arrow, and you just make the arrows out of like wood, a knife, a pot, and a surfboard. So that's four things. But I guess it would be between the bow and arrow or the knife, as far as if I had to choose one. Let's see, I'd probably take a knife if I had to choose one. More, there's more things you can do with it.
I think I'm gonna take one of my answers I did in another interview back.
Really? What is that? I'm so curious now.
I talked with some people who of the vertical actors would survive on a abandoned island.
Oh, okay, okay. And what did you say?
And now I hear you saying this, and I would say you,
Oh, great.
and I mean it
So if we,
truly.
well, I take that as a compliment. So if we ever had the vertical version of Survivor, I would go far in the competition. Maybe I could win
Yeah.
it. Oh, that's great. Yeah. My my practical mind is taking over. I'm like, you know,
um, I think you already kind of said this, but if you could step into any show or movie, which one?
any show or movie.
Give.
Oh, perfect. So sorry, The question was,
Uh, if you could step into any show or movie, which one?
so this is not just for verticals,
No,
right?
no vertical.
um, I would say I have a huge appreciation for everything that the studio A24 is doing, production company A24. Um, they they've done movies like I don't know if you know, familiar with Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midsummer. They did Everything Everywhere All at Once, Iron Claw, The Whale. So these, I really love those movies. They're so good at all types of genres, and they're really strong in the indie space, indie filmmaking.
Mhm.
Uh, and I just think they consistently turn out so many quality films. So anything that they're a part of, I would love the chance to be in.
The I have one, two, three, four more questions.
Great, bring it on. This has been great.
What do you hope to achieve in your future career or personal wise?
Future career,
Or personal.
I want to. I'll give you an answer for both. For my career, I want to continue to be in great projects, whether it's vertical or horizontal, horror, romance, action. As you can see, I like variety. And so in my food, in my films, in my music, I think that's what makes life so rich. Just having the variety, uh, being able to explore, getting out of your comfort zone, uh, seeing where life will take you. So definitely, I just want to continue to do what I love as an actor, as a producer, and as a writer. I feel so blessed, and I want to just continue to do that till my last breath. Um, Simple as that. As far as personally, I would like to continue to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health, um, to help with charity as well in that space. Recently, I just was a speaker at. We raised funds for the Canadian Mental Health Association, and I want to continue to do work like in that space specifically. And I mean, just to continue to be about a positive voice, like what we discussed today. What you're so passionate about in sharing, and I really appreciate that. It's to have the courageous fight to talk about what you believe in, and to inspire others along the way. So I want to continue to be part of that positive message. And I think, especially with us having a platform, it's more vital and important that we can use our platform for good
Yeah.
and share that message with people. So I really appreciate what you're doing, and it's really great that we can have this collaboration and get it to a bigger audience. And I hope it brings value. I hope it brings some inspiration to someone else, whether it was personal reasons, whether it was for their career. Um, I hope it inspires people along the way, in any way we can. So, and being able to meet special people like yourselves that are about the same cause, and that's really nice. The community that I'm meeting now because of just the outreach from people that are reviewing the shows that I'm in, or taking notice to some of the things that I'm doing. I'm making all these friends online, and it doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. Like, the beautiful thing about social media is we can all connect, stay in touch and continue to share our message. But it's just really nice to have a community and new friendships that have blossomed. So I feel really um, blessed that I have that as well. That I'm building a nice community around me as I move along through this. And I love the fact that my career and my personal goals have overlaps. I really like that part of it.
Thank you for saying that. And maybe
Oh, thank you.
I am maybe a little short in words, but that truly means a lot to me.
Oh, I love that. You're wow, that's very touching that we can have this connection together today, and I think it's really blossomed into a nice friendship moving forward. I would love to continue, and that's another thing I'll say is as your platform grows, or if there's certain causes you want support in, I would love to team up with you. I think that's a beautiful thing. Like actually, it was that thing I was telling you about, the charity I did recently.
Yeah.
That was because through one of my co-stars, Jamie, um, we did we connected on set, and we were able to come together, and she invited me to do a talk. So that's the beautiful thing about this is like through this journey we meet people um, that we're like-minded, and we might have a passion for our career, but then we also want to be a part of some good causes that can really help people out, help the
Yeah.
masses. Why not? It's important.
Yeah. We are definitely going to keep in contact.
I love that. You keep me posted on whatever.
And same goes for you.
I will now that I know. I can consult you on vampire projects. Any and definitely we'll look forward to some good causes to help people out.
Yeah.
Non for profits,
And
spreading
don't
the
forget
word,
horror, huh? Right?
and then some good horror projects, of course. Definitely gonna do that.
I forgot for a second where I was with my
Well, that's
question.
okay. We're deep in conversation.
Yeah.
It's totally natural to, you know.
Um, this question is about if you watch any verticals yourself. So not from yourself, but just verticals.
If I was in
Nee, if you
so
watch.
oh, if I watch verticals myself. Um I've watched I watched like bits of a bunch of them. Probably the one recently that I really liked, Power Play on Salty TV,
Yeah.
with Christiane Cruz, who's the director on Red Talons. I thought you did a great job with that. So shout out to Christiane. Um, and so yeah, I would recommend supporting the Salty TV family. Check out Red Talons, check out Power Play for sure. So, and I thought it was really nicely shot. It's a fun movie, very different than Red Talons. So, talk about variety and versatility. Christiane can do it all. She went from a very like dark, dramatic type of vertical to a more light, fun, comedic one with Power Play. So, I highly recommend.
And the last two questions I always end with those, and that is you also already kind of answered the two, but how you feel that the verticals are getting so much attention right now and that there are so many pages posting about it.
I think it moved with where the attention and where our society was going towards, which was being on our phone and being in a world with like a TikTok format. So scrolling on TikTok, the whole structure is to have a hook, to be on a cliffhanger, and to want to go to the next to another video or scroll through a list of videos. And so I think that really spawned something where it was genius way of, it's not like when you look at a vertical, what it really is, and I tell this to people, the easiest way to understand it is it's a movie cut up into 70, 60 to 70 parts on
Yeah.
average, right? That's essentially what it is. And it's just reformatted for something that everybody's on more than they are on on TV, right? Their attention is on that, not on TV as much. It's shifted as far as the numbers are concerned. So I think it was a an opportunity. I think in the market they saw, people who started this saw that, and just adapted it, something that had already been in our society, but made it for the new technology. So excuse me. So I feel that what it sparked is changing society as a whole, because it's like we talked about. It started with these hooks of like dramatic situations, right? More of a soap opera genre, which we've been seeing, which will continue to happen. But now it's evolving that we can take this format and apply it to any type of genre. And I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to see where it goes, that it's going to go beyond romantic soap opera style. It's gonna expand and have other genres. It's gonna be like watching another Netflix, where you're gonna have it all, right?
Yeah.
And that's really cool. And now, and it's totally understandable because our attention is more on our phones. We use our phones more than the TV now, and it's just the natural evolution of things, right? And probably next thing after that's gonna be VR, like glasses or something like that, or whatever else we come up with, some projector screen or whatever they're gonna new reality they're gonna bring, but it's gonna just continue to get adapted. The sense of a movie is never gonna go away. It's just gonna continue to adapt and shift to the next medium. So we're just in a boom right now. And I'm really excited to be at the start, because I still think we're only at the beginning of where this is going to take us. And yourself as well, like yourself and other people in this new space of creators, bloggers, influencers. You are the media. You are our media in this space, and a lot of people have just started in the last not even year, 6 months or what have you, and are blowing up because they're first to get there, and they saw the potential, and they're like, I'm going to start covering this because no one else is doing it. I can't believe why they're not. And like a year from now, it's going to be, I'm sure, 10 times what we're seeing, right? It's going to continue to grow. So I think it was the right time to bring in the technology to make that shift, and it's only going to grow.
Yeah, my goal in my own country, really nobody knows about it.
Really.
Yeah.
Do do you get any, but you get the apps, of course. So like
Yeah.
people can download it. So you're saying a lot of people don't like are not watching it in the Netherlands at all?
Uh,
Really?
Around me, nobody.
Okay.
And I also on my fan page I saw a few from Belgium. That's really close to me, but not really the Netherlands so far.
Interesting. How did you discover it?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other genius thing about verticals is it's based on TikTok and Instagram marketing.
Yeah.
So it's genius. You give the first bit free, take them to your app, and then you're hooked,
Yeah.
right? It's a
Then
great model. It's a great marketing model, and it takes away all the need for billboards and TV ads and all these other things. You could just put it all online, give it to the masses, and people will come if it's interesting enough. They'll come, right?
yeah.
That's cool. Well, you're a pioneer, and I know in Europe specifically though, UK is very big with it because they shoot a lot in UK, and Turkey is very big too because I shot in Turkey and the actors I worked with were from the UK.
Hmm.
I've also heard, well, I'm in talks to do some production in Spain as well. So I don't, a lot isn't shooting there right now, but it's going to develop. Um, and I've heard like Germany, I've heard a couple other countries, I think France now as well. I mean, wherever there's a film community, they're finding verticals and starting to do it, right? So I'm sure it's only a matter of time that it comes to Netherlands, but definitely your neighboring countries around are doing stuff already. So no, it'll be interesting to see how it evolves. But yeah, keep on putting it on the map. Keep on. I mean, you're putting out really great positive vibes. You're making it interesting, thought provoking conversations. People are gonna want to hear more.
My last question, yeah, yeah, you already said this like a billion times already, but if you want to say something to the viewers who are watching your shows or who are watching our conversation right now, or again, me.
Well, I just want to first of all thank you for taking the time late at night with this crazy time zone to have this very beautiful, very insightful conversation. So much more than just an interview. It was we really had a lovely exchange, and I really hope that your viewers and definitely we can co-collab if you want to tag me or post as well, get it out to our audience. I think they'll take a lot of um, pointers, insight value from this, and I feel really honored that we got to do this first and foremost. As far as what to look out for, if you haven't seen it already, Red Talons, check it out on Salty TV. Also, Mafia Temptation on Candy Jar TV, and definitely you'll be the first to know about the next vertical. I'm in talks with a few to shoot this month, so the second I can say something, I will.
Yeah.
And also, there's some other cool announcements that I'll be making very soon about some of my vertical events. I'll call them, but again, I'll keep you always in the loop about the latest and greatest. Um, and yeah, I seen that we talked about some of our some of our goals outside of the career. I want to shout out, like I said, Jamie Vandenberg, who was my co-star and friend, and we just had a very successful um, event that we did. Art was called Artistry in Action, and so I'll definitely post about it and talk about it. And we raised, it was a charity event that we raised funds for the Canadian Mental Health Association. And I love to work with other charities in the same regard. Like I said, let's keep on talking as if there's something in the Netherlands or in Europe that we can partner up on. but I just want to shout out that and just take a moment. We did a lot of joking and had some laughs, and I want to do that too to build up spirits. But I also want to say, hey, whatever you're going through, whatever struggles, I hope you know you're not alone, and there's communities out there to support you. And I hope that's what you can take from this talk, is that as we're supporting each other and we're strong about speaking on what we believe in, and surrounding ourselves with people that reciprocate that and support us. I want to send that message out to everybody else, and to hug their inner child, their inner 7 year old that maybe didn't have the strength or the power at the time, or didn't feel they were, or felt they were powerless. Know that you do, and there's people that support you, and to keep on moving forward and to follow what you love. I can't stress that enough. Follow your passions, and it's never too late. So thank you again for having me. This was very touching. And please, let's keep in touch and keep on spreading those good vibes.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for doing this with me, and also, most importantly, for reaching out to me.
Yeah, yeah. I reached out to you. I saw what you're doing, with Ashley and all these great stars. Shout out to Ashley too, Ashley Balot. Um, but yeah, thank you for having me on.
Of course, anytime, and we are gonna keep in contact.
Please do, please do. Anything you need, let me know.
I will.
Okay. Have a great weekend.
You
Take care.
too. Bye bye.
Bye.